to the Heaps Decent podcast, where we explore how art and music can empower youth by giving them a platform to express themselves, share their stories and find their voice. Each episode, we dive into inspiring conversations with artists, community legends and changemakers who are using creativity to build confidence and transform lives. Join us as we listen to voices not always heard but have a lot to say. Yo, what's up? It's TOAH. Welcome to the Heaps Decent podcast. Today, I've got the mighty BLUETONGUE.
Yeah, what's doing?
Man. Alright, so let's get into it. Tell us a bit about yourself. Like, who is BLUETONGUE? Where did you get the name from? I don't know. How did you get to where you are today?
Good question. Where I got the name? Well, I think it came to me one time in a bar I was writing. It was the first song I actually put out on SoundCloud. It was like the second beat I made for some reason. I thought, yeah, let's check this out. It's called Kent Brockman. And one of the lines, I'm like, young gun slither through the crowd like a blue tongue. And I remember writing, I'm like, damn, that'd be a hectic name, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. Also, I don't know if it has any correlation, but I remember my dad used to drink those blue tongue lagers and shit. It's probably imprinted on my mind or something. Yeah. Yeah, name's dope. I'll stick by it.
Yeah, that's sick. Yeah, obviously, like, we've known each other for a bit. Yeah. So it's like, I've never actually known that, so it's a cool bit of history to get on that. Yeah, how long have you been doing music for?
It's a good question. I think I've had quite like a intertwined existence with music, like from a young age, like played piano when I was like 6, played trumpet, guitar, a few different instruments. I never really learned how to actually read the music.
Yeah, true.
I would get taught how to read the music, but I just play everything by ear because I think it was just kind of easier for me. But yeah, coming into, I guess, 2021, everything is big year for everyone, a lot of changes, a lot of kind of world cracking things happened in my life, and ended up just dedicating my time to making sure I made at least a beat a day, did an hour of freestyle a day, because I realized I was holding myself back from something I'm truly passionate about, and that was 4 years ago now. So yeah, now I'm here, played heaps of hectic shows, met a lot of beautiful family through music as well, like yourself.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah, so I guess I describe myself as a conscious MC and obviously a producer as well.
So when you say conscious MC, but the listeners, do you want to go into that a bit more?
I think consciousness is the air around you. It's the present moment. It's everything, and it's putting the MC part of that in is your truth and your perspective on the matter. So it's
totally.
It doesn't necessarily have to be one school of thought. It's just about your consciousness onto the, you know what I mean, onto the page, and bringing up issues and things that you think are important. You know what I mean? I hold some kind of weight.
So is this something that's always been important to you? Even before music was a thing?
Yeah, hard out. It actually has. Yeah, philosophies, things that are happening in the world, social issues, always been quite important to me. I've always been a whacking person, a bit eccentric, dressed differently. I think that's just a outwards manifestation of the way I see the world, kind of trippy and psychedelic. And questioning things, constantly, because I think as a society, when we stop to question things, we've died.
Yeah.
Because means that the rich are just they've won. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's a weird way to put it against people, but people segregate things as as society, they push these minor issues semantics on race and gender and anything that divides us, but really the true divide is the gap in inequality of wealth, and the moment we stop questioning things is when those people have a way easier job of just keeping us down and keeping their profit margins soaring. So
Yeah, so would you say that music is one of the ways that you're trying to reach the people and spreading this message? Or is
Yeah, definitely. I think like especially with flow state and like the stuff I'm doing with scripts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, of course, like even extending further into like the positive messages and like things of consciousness, you know, like even, you know, music we've been working on recently, it's like, it's just all about bringing yourself and authentically expressing yourself, you know? Like I remember I heard like Kanye Classic saying something about it a few months ago, like maybe in a song or something. He was like, basically the gist was like, why would you exacerbate your current suffering? Like art is a tool to use to like break out from that and, you know, like manifest better things for yourself in your reality. Like
Yeah, totally.
why would you center it around something that's, you know, just focus on your own suffering?
Yeah, definitely.
Someday, mama, promise I'm late, but I'm up in my pace. And these statements delivered, no little, no lesser. It's alliteration, illiterate nation, degenerates, pouring my hustle, no faking. I'm real, no, the destiny's waiting. No, you missed me last week. I've been not making peace.
I will like to talk more about flow state.
Yeah.
But just on that part that you just said, is there anything that you're really manifesting, like, for the future of Blue Tongue?
Yeah, hard out. I'd love to have fucking bars of steel. Like my bars go hard as fuck, bro. You know what I mean? Like
I second that.
I'm working on that every day, and like I'd love the opportunity to like show a wider audience of people like the caliber of like my flows and the bars I can spit. You know, because obviously you don't go out on every track trying to do that, but I feel like in the way like I'm owning my skills, like I have very technical ability and like I'd like to be able to share that. I also produce my own beats, so it'd be so sick to be able to do that and just do all the production myself. Manifesting working with some, you know, more dope artists.
Which artists? Do a
I'd love
little
to
shout out.
Oh, okay, shout out.
Yeah.
My favorite artist in Australia right now is JK47. Dope, humble dude. Got to meet him at his free Parramatta gig. I'd love to work with Posse Shot. They're dope as. Like, we supported them a couple years back in Newcastle's flow state. I'd love to get Jez One out of retirement, bro. So badly. I'd love to make some music with him. Far out. 10th Dan would be hectic though. That'd be mad. Some like real stony shit would be cool. But like, yeah, as in terms of manifesting like a message, like I'd like to manifest more consciousness for the people around. Like I'd like people to take more in and like be conscious and aware of like other people more. You know what I mean? And like making space when there is space for that.
I think that's something that's missing is just like, you know, humans today are just like very focused and driven and like getting the job done. It's just like go, go, go. It's like there's no sort of compassion, and we've kind of lost that sort of, you know, feeling of like that's a fellow human. It's not just a number. It's like, no, this isn't like people are people, and it's like, I don't know, what's your sort of thoughts around that?
Yeah, I think that work condition like 5 days of the week from a young age to you know, work like long weeks and like be part of this system and be, you know, a cog in this system, because without us like the system collapses. You know what I mean? But that means like we are treated with a lack of humanity in like the expectation of society, and like people often, due to their traumas, will kind of turn and shut themselves down, you know, and shut themselves down from like the outward world or, you know, like other people. And when they shut their hearts off, they go into like a victim mentality, you know. So I think there are far too many people with a victim mentality out there.
Do you think that has had an impact on the music industry? And just like how artists kind of create their music or, you know, go about the business?
Yeah, of course it does.
Yeah.
You've seen like the evolution of hip hop where an MC might, you know, in popularity was like the popularized MC might have been like a drug dealer or something. And like these days it's so glorified. Now it's like the effects of that, and it's like people just, you know, rapping about their drug use and, you know, like just the wrong shit. I feel just shit that's, like I said before, kind of exacerbating suffering.
Yeah,
you know?
it's kind of glorifying.
Everyone has
like
fun. Everyone likes to have fun, but you don't need to, like, there's no substance behind making that your whole thing or living in past trauma. Like, one thing I fucking hate is listening and I still hear either like slurs still in hip hop. You know, I understand like a lot of like old heads like back then it was a different time and they might use certain words, but like it's not fucking
okay to
cool
keep
these
using
days. Yeah, like learn, grow. Fucking don't say it's that's all it's hip hop. No, like stop being
educate yourself.
Stop being misogynistic. Stop being homophobic. Like treat everyone with love and respect they deserve.
Breaking my heart in a wake of this night. Switching my place with the matrix, engaging my vibe and the chokers and patterns emerge with the high you're blazing inside us. The dead of the fun, I'm a with statements to find the one.
Talking about flow state.
Yeah.
Who or what is flow state?
Flow state is a state of being in which our actions are quite effortlessly aligned with our highest intention and meaning. You know, it's a ease of being. It's a freedom of being, and it's a state of being. So, you know, it's something that we kind of send that ethos through our music. I feel like music is a very effective, extremely effective flow portal to get you into that flow state. And yeah, that's what we do. So flow state is myself, BLUETONGUE, and my homie Script, who, you know, has mentored me a lot in the beats department, taught me the majority of what I know and inspired a lot. And, you know, we work really effortlessly with each other. There's kind of like a kindred synergy, you know?
Yeah.
So we've been told our energy is excellent live, and it's got us an abundance of dope creative opportunities.
Mad.
Yeah. So
Yeah, so tell us a bit more about how flow state became a thing and like maybe some of the events you guys have done.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll keep some stories for the future, you know, when it's Script and I are present. But
Yeah, totally.
We've basically come from making music together, like both as artists individually and being like, yo, we love what each other was doing, and like writing music together and producing together. We started to kind of collate these really gnarly live sets, and you know, which has eventuated in like a whole set of our own production kind of thing. But yeah, through the journey, you know, we've supported a lot of dope artists, supported Posse Shot. I think it was their first like national tour. We're on the Newcastle leg, and that was just through people tagging us in the comments, you know, people fucking with the stuff.
Yeah.
Whether it be like the peeps we've met in Sydney or like our peeps from the Blue Mountains, you know. And, you know, predating that, we've got a lot of other dope opportunities from our local areas, you know, played the Winter Magics.
Just what is Winter Magic for the listener?
So Winter Magic is set on the winter solstice, which is the longest day of the year. And basically it's a time where all the Blue Mountains comes together, and it's just magical for one night, one day, you know. It's beautiful. You see all the rats out of the woodwork.
Rats is said with love, by the way.
Of course. All bush rats, you know, like that's what it means to come from the mountains, I think. But
yeah, if you guys can't catch it, both BLUETONGUE and I are Blue Mountains locals, so
represent, bro.
Yeah, putting us back on the map.
Ngara country.
Yeah,
we're out here, brother. Appreciation, love, and respect for the mountains, you know. But that's what Flow State represents, and you know, supported Thunders when they played just outside the Carrington, one of the venues for Winter Magic. It was actually snowing the week before that, so we did our whole promo video like in the snow. But yeah, like we played a lot of shows like the last few years. I think for the first 3 years we were together as Flow State, or the first 2 years, it was something like 30 shows in the first 2 years. So we just got out playing lots of shows, like lots of dope experiences. Script and I both played Pass the Mic as Script, Flow State, and BLUETONGUE with Bodega Collective, you know.
Yeah, I'll definitely be getting Script as well as Flow State into an episode in the future. But this is the BLUETONGUE episode, so if you want to tell me a bit more, what's the future looking like for BLUETONGUE?
Yo, okay, well, I've been, I guess, lately really owning my craft with my beat making. Got over 30 tracks in the vault. Just gonna be releasing them, you know, slowly trickling them out, and a lot of like collaborative efforts. And a project I'm putting together called Collect Your Thoughts is gonna have a lot of dope artists as a collective. But yeah, we're still scheming that. So
Yes,
yeah,
we are.
at the moment, just putting out good energy, making bangers, and teasing them at my live shows, and get that momentum up and start releasing some more singles. Is the plan at the moment.
Hard out.
Yeah.
So I'm pressing on play on the one thing that always stops the question of fate. I got faith in the music, so I'm riding this wave. All these other rappers wiping out like a shirt with a stain. Can't throw dirt on my name, beat murder my game.
For the listeners, where can they find you on your socials, your music?
Alright, so for my solo stuff, BLUETONGUE is the name. You may wear it out as much as you like. Instagram, it's spelled BLUETONGUE, BLUETONGU, with a 3 at the end instead of an E. So BLUETONGUE. The duo stuff with Scripts is Flow State, and on Instagram that's Flow State Dynasty, I don't know how you say it, enlighten me. But yeah, that's where you can find me. I got most socials. Search in BLUETONGUE, you should find me. Spotify, it's the same thing.
Any last words for the listeners before we?
Be wary of energy vampires, bro.
That's a good
Don't
one.
let people take your energy and your peace.
Hard out.
If you see someone's trying to grab onto you because they think you're going somewhere, or they just want something out of you, cut that shit. Cut that shit.
Wise words from BLUETONGUE. This has been the Heaps Decent podcast, Unheard Voices.
Yeah.
I have been your host, TOAH.
Oh.
Catch you next time.